Thank you for arriving. Sunday morning yoga. Doing as much or as little as you want during the class, just knowing that the hardest part is unrolling your mat. Let's meet in a child's pose. Toes touch, knees to the edges of the mat, hips settle towards your heels. Rest your forehead down onto the mat and just take a moment to connect with your breath. Beginning full lung inhales and complete exhales. Beginning to explore what lung capacity means to you. Beginning to work into the natural elasticity of the lungs. Building some much needed oxygen through the bloodstream as we prepare for our practice of yoga. Slight constriction of the back of the throat creates an audible breath. Great way to maintain a body temperature and a single focus. Go ahead and start to walk your fingers to the top of the mat, spreading them apart, all 10 fingers. As the arms straighten, you might start to feel your shoulders. I always take this opportunity. Roll my forehead a couple times, swiping away anything of significance, starting with a clean slate this Sunday morning. Cat-cow, tabletop position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, lift gaze and tailbone. Exhale, draw belly up into the spine and diaphragm. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do not move your arms forward and back or your legs. Only move your spine. When you're ready, meet in a downward dog shape. Doing so on an exhale. Creases of the elbows face the ceiling. Heels don't need to touch the floor. Legs don't need to be straight. One day, this will feel like a resting posture that can take a very, very long time, if ever. Meet in ragdoll somewhere on your mat, grabbing a hold of your elbows, relaxing your neck. Slight bend in the knees is fine. A modified variation would be well advised if you have tight hamstrings or low back injuries. You modify like this. The challenge in yoga isn't in doing the full expressions of the individual postures, is of doing the postures as often as time allows and modifying them based upon your ability. Knowing full well that just modifying the postures will eventually lead to an unmodified version of the posture. Have faith in the system and the practice and do it often. Let's meet in a standing position. Release your elbows, heel toe the feet together, bend at the knees, tuck at the chin. Fingers might slide up the shins. I like to inhale those shoulders up, back, and down for some mountain pose action. Sun salutations to begin our warm-up sequence. Let's meet near the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back and lower. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Let's do the next 3 back to back. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. High to low plank. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Step or jump. Half lift. Fold. Big inhale. Fold. Lift up and exhale to lower. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Last one, step or jump. Great job, everybody. Let's meet at the top of the mat for a chair pose. Bend your knees, look forward, step or lightly jump. Inhale for the half lift. Exhale into the fold. Inhale into chair. Arms are straight, even if it's a Y shape. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down so you have nice neutral shoulders. Toes are lifted. Belly is tight. Soften the jaw and pull the knees away from the top edge of the mat. Take a look down. Line your knees up to the top edge of your toes. Now, take a look up and line your pinky fingers up to the knees. Inhale as you slide a bit deeper. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Warrior one. Right foot through. Inhale to rise. Let's do an eagle warrior. Left arm under right. Grab your wrist or interlace your fingers, or even just grab your shoulders if you can't get a hold of your wrists yet. Elbows shoulder height or higher. Shoulders square to top edge of mat. Bend your right knee more and give the outside edge of your left foot more energy. Inhale across the upper back. Exhale, move the elbows away from the shoulders. Vision's blocked by the forearms. And rest your forehead into those forearms. Deep breathing. Keep ripping the mat in half. Use the strength from your feet. And release slowly into warrior two. Let's take a warrior of peace. So heels in one line for your warrior of two stance. Nail your right arm up. And keep that left arm reaching down the left thigh above or below the left knee. I want to try to lengthen the spine, both sides of the ribs on the next inhale. So we're not just collapsing on the left side. Keep that right knee tracking to the right. And keep widening the stance, bending deeper into the knee. Warriors of peace. One more big breath. And let it go. Bonus breath if you need. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Left foot through, warrior one. Inhale to rise. Eagle arms. Elbows shoulder height or higher. Shoulders square to the top edge of the mat. Bend that left knee so the knee is stacked. And then give the outside edge of that right foot more energy. Utilize the exhales to move the elbows away from the shoulders. Unlock your shoulders. Widen the stance every exhale, bending a little deeper in that left knee. Head relaxing into the cradle of the arms. Ripping that mat in half, nice strong stance. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Opening up into a warrior of peace. So heels along the line. Some of us like a warrior peace variation with that right hand reaching around to the pocket or thigh. But again, we try not to collapse on the right side of the body. And keep that left knee tracking to the left. Keep widening the stance, weights equal between the feet. One more big breath and let it go with the flow. Don't drag that foot. Bonus breath if you didn't make it all the way down on that one exhale. Want to do that again? Let's do it one breath, one movement, same sequence, taking it to a flow. So be warrior 1, to warrior 2, into warrior of peace, starting with the chair. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Step back and lower. Cobra up dog. Down dog. Warrior 1. Inhale, rise. Open warrior 2. Warrior of peace. Let it go. Left foot through. Up. Open. Warriors of peace. Down dog. Pyramid. Right foot through. Hands stay down or on a sufficient support. 10 toes are on railroad tracks. Square hips, top of mat. Keep the chest lifting for now, lengthening down that right thigh. Breathing. Creases of the elbow face the top of the mat. Lengthen down. Lengthen down. Feet are square, or hands are square with the foot. Eventually, some of us might be grabbing the ankle. I'm going to take it into a revolved triangle, supported, left hand on shin or block or chair. Straighten the spine, twisting middle upper. Have that right hand on that low back for some support. Some of us don't need that support with the left hand or the right hand. Slowly take it into triangle. So left foot 45 degrees. This is a bit of a foot reset. Widening stance. Right hip away, right hand down again for some support. Opening the chest. Inhaling that left hand up. You want to have a straight spine. So if you have tight body, hamstrings, hips, and then you're just trying to bend the spine to get this position, that's wrong. Look for that straight spine, moving that hip away, lengthening through the hamstring and that open hip that you're getting through your consistent practices of yoga to find a comfortable, safe triangle. Why not? Why not take this into a balance? Don't jump. Transition. Shift weight into right foot. Shortening stance if that helps with the transition. Half moon. Lengthening from the left heel all the way to the tip of the head. Activate those hands and soften the toes of the right foot. When you're ready, with integrity of motion, set that left foot down. Doesn't matter if you fell out, you're riding your edges. Okay, let's do that same sequence on the other side. Let's face the other side of the mat. So we'll start with pyramid. 10 toes face the back of the room. Hands on blocks, chin up. Keep the shoulders drawing away from the ears. Keep the left hip moving away from the top edge of the mat. Again, this isn't about forehead to shin. This is about lengthening left hamstring. Weight equal between feet. Lengthening down. Some of us might be grabbing that left ankle. Revolve triangle. So foot stance stays the same. Coming a bit higher for 90% of us. Right hand's going to be there for some support on blocks, chair, or shin. Again, you want to feel that low back lengthen. So feel a little in that left hamstring. Start to twist middle upper. Inhaling for space in the spine. Exhale, revolve triangle. Hands there for support, or you can use your core, nice engaged core to protect that low back. Maybe you don't need that support, but you need to breathe. Transition into triangle is going to involve a foot reset. Right foot 45, widen stance a little bit. So left hip away from the top edge of the mat. I like to move my right hip forward during that action. So I'm almost square to the top edge of the mat for a triangle setup. Inhale, so you're going to engage a bit of a core and lay that belly down on an invisible tabletop. Hand on chin for support. Start to open up. So I want that left hip now to move away from the top of the mat. So you're lengthening the left side of the body and the right. A lot of us may be way up here. Some of us might have a wider stance and maybe a little lower. This is about the hip, the hamstring, middle upper twist, a chest opener. Deep breathing. Yeah, why not? Take it into a balance. Don't jump. Transition. Half moon. When you're ready, you can take it down to the floor. You can face the top edge of your mat again. Spin around if you haven't already. Let's stay on the floor here, guys, for some cobra action. Tops of the feet stay to the mat. Tops of the fingers line up, tops of the shoulders. Lift knees. Draw tailbone towards heels, squeezing thighs. It's going to help to create some space in your low back. Use a few breaths to rise, cobra rise. No lift in the hands, but no palm pressure either. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down as you lengthen the spine, using the back strength to lift a little higher. Take it to airplane, spread the wings, everything up. Feet up, point the toes, calm breath. Down and up. Okay, great job everyone. Warrior 1 stance. Let's take Warrior 1 into Warrior 3. Again, no jumping, transition. Feel the weight transition to the right foot. Point the toes of the left foot and lower the left hip. Lift the front of the pelvis. So you're again finding that low back space, straight spine. Let's rise for more balancing fun. Hand on knee. It's okay if you had to set something down. And if you want to level up, grab a hold of the toes or just keep hold of the knee. Straightening that leg and opening to the side. Calm breath. Find stability in the right leg. Back to the center. Okay, take it to a runner's lunge. It's a hard transition, I know. Heels lifted. You're on the toes of the left. Right knee stays stacked. Let's take it to the twist. So lengthen, hook, and open. Lower the hips. Soften the left pinky toe. And breathe. Enjoy. Some of us want to open the wings. Some of us stay here. Some of us might be here. Those are all options. And release. Warrior 1, left foot through. Warrior 1 to a balance. Warrior 3 stance. So shift weight. Inhale to fly. Lower that right hip. Point the toes of the right foot and fire up that left leg. Fly all day long if you like. Let's rise. More balancing fun. Hand on knee, hand opening, or hand on toe with bent knee, hand opening, or hand on toe, straight leg, and opening. Those are all variations you can explore. And trust me when I say I didn't start in this position. I started for a long time like this. Then I'd start like this. One day it straightened, but I fell out. They're all progressions. Keeping at it. Back to the center. I think we found a runner's lunge. It's a hard transition. Widen stance so you get into a real runner's lunge, something you need this Sunday morning. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Lower those hips. Widen the stance. Lift the gaze. Soften the jaw. Deepen the twist if you want. Spread the wings. When you're ready, let her go. Wasn't that fun? I think that was fantastic. You know what else would be fun? Hanumanasana. Right foot through. Left knee down. And you can start to sneak that right foot forward. You stop at any variation of Hanumanasana you want. And if you're wondering what's Hanumanasana, it's exactly what it looks like. Front back splits. Deep breathing. Let's do the other side. Hanumanasana. Start from down dog. Begin with an inhale. Step that left foot through. Might be here, might stay here, might have to get some blocks underneath because you're a bit higher. That's fine. Might be able to go a little bit deeper. Hands are there to support you. And now move into the breath. Move into feeling, less thinking. And you move towards feeling by concentrating on your breath, not your thoughts. Move towards feeling by concentrating on your breath. You're still riding that breath into a deeper variation of the posture on the exhales. Slowly get out of that. Downward dog shape. Okay, everybody. Pigeon, right foot through. Get a block underneath that right hip, or set that right hip down. Center of the left knee on the mat, trying to allow that left foot straight back. Take an inhale and exhale that left hip towards the floor. I want you to first concentrate that the right femur's lining up to the edge of the mat. And then over time, some of us, as we open the hip, might be able to square the shin towards the top edge of the mat. If you rush your way through any hip opener, you'll be putting an unnecessary strain on the knee when you're trying to open the hip. Reminding yourself that the hip is quite a bit larger than the knee. And so it's easy to put the pressure on the knee when you're trying to open the hip. And then we get sore knees through the practice of yoga. And we're here to heal. We're here to open, lengthen, deepen. Let's do the other side. Down dog. Pigeon. You can inhale that left leg up and then exhale it through. So keep your knee bent at first, especially if you're newer to yoga, and line your femur up to the side of the mat. Now this is where you're going to stay probably, concentrating on straightening that foot and getting the center of the right knee on the floor. If all that's making sense, you can shift a bit more weight towards the right. You might consider starting to square that foot. Now look at how I activate those toes a little bit, pulling them towards the knee. That's going to help us to protect the knee by engaging the muscles around the knee a little bit, engaging the muscles of the leg. Utilize your exhales for a deepening of the posture. Sweep that right leg forward. Janusarasana. Let's just square the body a little bit towards the right shin, especially your hips. You can bend the knee, interlace the fingers, and grab a hold of the foot, and place your forehead to the knee. These things must happen. Posture hasn't really started until those things happen. You can use a strap if you need. Even if your forehead's not touching the knee, it's the action that's giving you the benefits of the posture. If your forehead's on the knee, you've got the sole of the foot interlaced, then you might straighten that leg. If your forehead's not on the knee, like mine isn't today, then you want to modify. Major compression of the internal organs. Elbows point down, crease of elbow points up. When you're ready, you can slowly release. Let's switch sides. So we're going to square a little bit towards the left. We want that space in the left femur and the left hip socket. Bend the knee. Interlaced, inhale, forehead to knee. So don't point the elbows out, point them down. And I know you're having a tendency to shrug the shoulders right into the ears, but draw the shoulder blades down. Find a neutral shoulder. Forehead to knee. Try to get your forehead to touch the knee. Slowly rise. Wide legs. Like to remove some fleshy meat bones. Straighten spine for a wide leg forward fold on the floor. Now's a good time to get your sit bone onto a block if this is easier than this. Okay, that means you got to get the hips higher than the heels. It'll relieve some of that hamstring pressure until you can get your hands forward and still keep a nice straight spine. When you're at this point, you don't need the blocks under the hips, but then you can start to invite the belly towards the floor. Some of us extremely flexible beings might have the whole torso on the floor. And instead of reaching your arms forward, you could reach your arms back like this underneath your legs, and that's called tortoise. Breathe into both hamstrings equally. The goal isn't to get the forehead to the floor. The goal is to get the belly, the chest to the floor and lengthen down those hamstrings. Maybe one day getting that forehead onto a supported block or pillow. Slowly rise. Right elbow on right knee. Open that chest. So we're not collapsing the right. We're going to lift and open. Some of us might be reaching down that right thigh. So again, not collapsing, lengthening the right side down the right thigh and reaching a bit further. So stacking of the shoulders. Let's do the other side. So again, we're not looking to collapse the left side. A lot of us might be up here like this, lengthening both sides, opening the chest. If you can start to, with an open hip and long hamstring, lay the belly down on that thigh, you might go a little bit deeper. Not the belly, but the side of the body, the side of the torso. Double pigeon. So left shin lines up to top of mat. Right shin lines up to top of mat. Heel lines up to knee. So your heel and knee are in a straight line right here. Toes are active. Lift chest. Giant pie shape is fine. Okay, worry more about the alignments.
Toes are active, so you're trying to keep those knees protected. By opening the hips, we want to avoid putting pressure on the knees. And as you open the hips, you relieve pressure from the knees. If you have problem knees, do hip opener, mindful way, and watch over time relieving some of the pressure that's built up on the knees from tight hips. Let's try the other side. Line your shin up to the top edge of your mat. Set your left ankle on your right knee, heel and knee in one line, straight line. Toes are active. You got a neutral ankle on both legs. Inhale, lengthen. Feel that left hip stay down. Utilize the exhales to maybe move that left knee towards the ankle, but a pie shape is fine. Don't want to rush the process. That's how we move into the realm of injuries. I'm going to reposition my mat for a short abdominal sequence. Interlace your hands just above the neck, below the cradle of the head. You're not pulling on the neck, you're cradling the head into the hands. Knees above hips, heels just below the knees. Inhale, shoulder blades lift up, hold your lungs full. Pressing top rim of sacrum down, spreading the toes apart. On the exhale, put your elbows towards the left knee, straighten the right leg. Hold your lungs empty. Pull the belly down and ensure that left shoulder lifts higher. Spread toes. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. Hold lungs full. Push top rim of sacrum down. Keep your shoulders up off the mat. On the exhale, point to the right. Straighten the left. Right heel 3 feet from the floor. Left heel 3 feet from the floor. Lift right shoulder. Inhale, center. Hold lungs full. Press top rim of sacrum down. Keep the shoulders higher. Exhale, point to the left. Straighten the right. So that left knee is still above the hip. Curl the tailbone up. Lift the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Hold lungs full. Press top rim of sacrum down. Keep your shoulders even higher. On the exhale, point to the right, straighten left. Spread the toes. Curl the tail. Lift the shoulder. Inhale, center. Hold lungs full. Top rim of sacrum down. Shoulders higher. Exhale, point to left. Straighten right. Curl the toes. Curl the tailbone, spread the toes. Lift the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Top rim of sacrum down. Lungs stay full. Shoulders stay up. Exhale, point to the right. Straighten left leg. Curl the tailbone. Lift the right shoulder. Pull belly down. Inhale, center. And release. Beautiful. Enjoy that. Bow pose. Navasana. Inhale your arms up. And rise. Use those hands for support. Look for a straight spine and move that belly towards the thighs. This is about the hamstrings right now. If all this makes sense and you got those hands there for support, you're feeling supported with your core, then you might straighten those arms. Shins and arms parallel to the mat. Breathing. Maybe a little more. Not much changes. Maybe arms up. Let's hover. Canoe pose, and release. Give the knees a hug. Couple sweet end of practice circles. Let's just vibe with the dead bug. Heels above knees, knees above hips. Wrist above elbows, elbows above shoulders. Things are so perfectly stacked. And it's almost as if gravity's helping to lift your limbs higher. Shavasana, everybody. Your fingers and toes, ankles, wrists. Inhale, morning stretch. So to your left side.
Coming up to a seated position. Thank you for sharing. Namaste.